what's happening? Okay, let's start off there. How you doing? Okay, so I was thinking, I was in quiet contemplation, really in meditation, thinking about all that my Father's done for me, is doing for me, and will do for me. And I'm in amazement. I'm backtracking through all of the journey, every step of it. And a lot of times, 2020, a lot of times we can't see it until well after the fact, whatever. We can't see it, and we don't like it. But adversity is a necessity. It is much needed pruning, wringing out of oneself, and leaving nothing but him left. So I've learned to accept adversity in all forms. But this is what dawned on me today. By the way, I was saying all that just to let you know that that's how these gifts are being honed, or being owned, being chosen to be given to me, because I'm willing to go through adversity. All right, so now back to what I was contemplating. It dawned on me that so many people, from what I hear, are coming to Christ, or coming back to God, whether they knew Christ or not. We all have known, or not all, but some of us have been chosen, baptized in fire, and still chose to walk in darkness for a long time. I believe, because I believe God, all things work for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. And I am that. And I know you know by now. All things, not all good things, all things work for the good. Work for your good, no matter how bad they are. They turn out to be for your good. That's the way God, that's the way our Creator thinks, way above ours. So I was contemplating how far I came on this journey, and all the things that I've left behind. Things that I thought that I would be destroyed if I lost, and I'm still here, bro. So it's brought a certain clarity to me. And this is for those who are still up in the air in your faith. Even though if you followed me for any amount of time, you've seen miracles in my life. I promise you have, babe. How many times am I not supposed to have been here? All of you were certain I was dead. I should have been. But for him, that's exactly what I would have been. That aside, what was on my mind when I was contemplating was the beauty and awesomeness of God's grace, man. He let us know from the very beginning of the Bible. One of the very first stories right after creation was Adam and Eve, and it was talking about his son, Jesus Christ, man. Think about it for a second. Adam and Eve were light. They were mimicked after God. God is light. He is not being. Flesh represents sin. That is not God. Adam and Eve were not flesh because they were sinless. They were light. Energy. They were in the perfect form of God. Untainted. Until they were. Then he had to wrap them in the flesh, man. He had to kill a perfect animal, a lamb, whatever it was, and he had to wrap them in the skin. That represents flesh. That represents what Jesus Christ would come and do. Way from the beginning of the Bible. That's how good God is. And not only that story, it goes on and on and on throughout the Old and the New Testament. So those of you who think Old Testament's not work, it's not that believe. Think again. It has everything to do with it. This is where the promises of God are at. This is what you can count on. That's where you'll find it. And you'll find it through stories, through him telling you direct, even from a mountain. Moses, this is for the children, this is for everyone, the Jews and the Gentiles, but the Jews first, because they are the chosen of God. He chose that bloodline to send his son to rebirth. So they are special. Make no mistake about it. Here's where we were saved through their folly. They were so hard-headed, and God said they would be. He said, I'm placing a stumbling block in front of you, babe. You're going to stumble, you're going to fall, and you have to let the Gentiles in. All the nations, all the tongues that weren't included, now they are. And they'll do it because of your hard-headed stubbornness and not believing in my son. So in a way, us Gentiles have everything to do with loving the children of God, because without what God said, their stubbornness, we would have been cast out. Maybe it puts a little bit of different perspective on the way you feel about the Jewish nation. I hope it does, because this is God's children, his people. And we are grafted in. That means we are spliced and then sealed together. Not from the original, but we're still counted together. I thought moved to share that with you today.